Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Welcome back to the channel. Today we've got a brand new product from Ping just being released, and it is the Ping Bunkr Wedge. So quite an interesting conception really, and it's, well, plain sort of objective and focus is getting out of the bunkers, so that's what it's made for, hence the name with it. So in the club we've got 14.5 degree of bounce, which is, again, as we've seen, to help us get out of the bunkers. 64 degree loft. We've got that full face of grooves and that like classic i2 Ping i2 design that we've seen in older clubs. And I think, but we've noticed one flaw with it, haven't we?
Potential flaw with it.
But I think the sole use for it would be to get out of the bunker, which some of us will agree with, some of us won't, but I think let's get straight into it, some shots, see how it feels, how we'd use it, and go from there. Do you want to
So
hit the first one?
The temptation would be to try and open the club first, because that's how we were taught, but this is full 64 degree loft, full face grooves. I mean, it's a gorgeous looking club, brushed satin steel. There's no reason for it not to be a good players club, as well as someone who's just struggling out of bunkers. The bounce obviously helps for the bad hits, you know, because the club will still bounce through, get through the sand. So in my terms, instead of standing open, it's just a square stance, maybe slightly open feet and shoulders, because everything else the same. But it feels really strange, but the club face does look okay, square behind the ball. And obviously everything else is just a swing, really.
Because that's what they're saying, isn't it? You can stand there normally, swing that, and there we go. Yeah. And with that consistent
and
sort of contact.
It's a contact maybe where we don't quite hit it correct, but by standing square, we're almost thinking, right, the arms can just move around the body in a normal way, instead of trying to make it something special. I suppose weight just slightly on the left side.
Yeah, still some certain characteristics to use with it, but essentially you stand. That's what it says.
You move into the ball.
That's what Ping have said. It gives the golfers ability. And like I know when I'm coaching, you'll be the same, can't you? When people come and they want a bunker lesson, it's that the problem is they stand too square. Does it feel easy?
Yeah, you can certainly through the sand. I mean, this is a high bounce club from what I'm used to,
and we've got.
So I'm used to 6 and 8 bounce clubs with sand irons.
That you'd have to really.
You'd change the stance with slightly reopen.
It wouldn't. I mean, the thing that wouldn't fill me with confidence is standing like this.
Yeah, square. It does feel strange. But in terms of your classic 6, 8, 10 yard bunker shot, greenside bunker,
you can sort of see the way the sand come. That trailing edge.
I don't get touched.
Is getting used of that
as the
sort
bounce,
of
as the
curved
bounce
on it. But I think it's interesting. It's like that chipper that they brought out.
Yeah. Well, they did everything right with the chipper. Yeah, because they gave it. He said that old-fashioned chippers had 7-iron loft, so you could never chip it over a bunker. So they gave that chipper between an 8 and 9-iron loft, and you could still use a chipper to chip over, you know, small objects. Whereas a 7-iron, the old-fashioned chipper was 7-iron, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So you could only chip when you had nothing to go over.
And here, if you've got,
so it's a clever golf club.
If you like a bit of the ball, but
even so though, it's
made out. It's just allowing you to. We've got much sand here, but you know, it's giving you that.
And you know, the fact is, there are 64 degree wedges out there, or sand iron.
Even sand irons, like so far behind it.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. That's bounce.
And it's that's I'm gonna show that. That's the bounce.
Yeah, that's bounce.
That little sand.
Catching it fat, front edge digging in, you've hit behind the ball, but it's sort of, well, as a word suggestion, it's slid underneath, and allowed you you could say that was a bit clean, but it's a bunker shot, isn't it? It's a played bunker shot.
The ball's out,
in a difficult.
It doesn't feel that it's digging at all.
No,
does it?
No, that's a difference. 100% difference. What is it? I mean,
like
Dustin Johnson's wedge, sand iron, 6 degrees bounce.
If you didn't, you know, a lot of people get in and don't swing it.
The thing is as well, they're
out.
looking at bounce because they want the sand iron to be on a very tight lie. So you get to look at bounce from how tight a lie and what kind of leading edge look do you want. So if you want the leading edge tight to the ground when you with the sand iron on a grass lie, then you've got to hit a low bounce club. Now, the skill set then allows them to hit a low bounce club in a bunker.
In the hole.
Go in.
Yeah.
But if we don't want the skill set, i.e. we can't have the skill set because we haven't got time, 4 hours practice, even a week.
Yeah, to get,
bunker
like
play, yeah.
So I suppose if we stood normally, this is where it'll probably...
So open the club.
We've got then...
a massive leading edge looking at the ball. This could go 100 yards. Yeah.
So that was bladed and into the other bunker. But so it's created that you now can't stand.
No, that's the thing.
It's
made for you to stand square, almost square.
Plod it down a little
bit.
Ball
a little bit to your left side, as any. That's the shot.
Yeah, just
it's splashed
moving
in
it just.
But you've hit. This is the key.
Yeah, where with the ball about that.
Yeah.
So we've
got the
3-4 inch behind the ball, and it's just
allows the error
helping it
of judgment. Without the practice time, I mean, we've stood here. You could stand here for 2 days. We've got 3 bunkers round a nice chipping green.
If you wanted one, wait.
Hello, lad.
All right, that was a bit. I tell you what, that it zipped it back.
Yeah.
But I think this is the standing square. I just want to.
That's the shot.
Yeah.
That's where you can hit.
And you can feel like yourself. Going to get more sound because I've just bladed one.
Yeah, so
on to that,
it's definitely. I mean, this is aimed at what is the worst case scenario with a bunker shot. So once you stood square, like you say, you've got all the principles of your normal golf swing. So you basically just swing. I don't know. You could actually shank it out of a bunker
with that club.
Yeah, with that club. Yeah. The prototype
not
shot.
allowed to do it,
but because it's that would never get out with a normal.
No, because you've just got too much.
Yeah, it's back
underneath.
Here, isn't it?
It's
so if that's your line.
There's a choice, like you say. You learn how to hit out of a bunker.
Yeah,
but time everything. If you're super struggling, it could be.
Oh no, it's working, isn't it?
So
we've not hit bunker shots today.
No.
And if you can get out of a bunker from there, you take a 10-yard bunker shot.
So as we've been chatting about this, we've mentioned one potential flaw, and let's move on to that now, and that would be if we're hitting it out of the bunker, i.e. grass, because that 40.5 is a lot of bounce. Yeah. Now we've got that blade, so let's just hit some chip shots from there and see what they're like. Right, so then this may not be even a flaw because it is a bunker wedge.
Yes.
But we're just going to see how.
Yeah, but we can see straight away that front edge of the golf club, but where this has been hit and where the back bounce is helping you get through sand when you hit a ball fat. Now that does work against you when you've got. I mean, I'd almost have to tee this up. To hit it.
Yeah.
But what it does is, if you sat down on a normal grassy lie, because of the bounce, the leading edge will always sit up.
Oh, yeah.
So all you can see with that, because you want to still use speed in the swing, so you still same principle in theory. So you just want to you're using speed in the swing, but can you get? And that's what it looks like. I might think, well, you should do better, but that leading edge when I'm looking at it,
you can hear it, can't you? Just bladey, all ball,
But if you had no other golf club in the world, there was no other choices.
That's good, isn't it?
You can hear the noise, though, can't you? You can hear the leading edge clicking the bottom of the ball. Yeah, don't know if you
performing sort of.
probably play that slightly different.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you may, but there is a lot. It is high, that, isn't it?
Yeah, you can see it. Yeah, and this isn't a particularly tight lie.
I suppose for chipping.
Yeah, okay, for
potentially
pushing
not bad,
a chip
is
through.
it?
Yeah,
because like that didn't feel like a great strike. I suppose it'd be that if you're hitting more of a pitch and a full shot.
Yeah.
Let's just hit that.
Yeah, I see, that was nice.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe not as
not
hard as I
obvious.
maybe thought. I mean, I still don't think it'd fill me with too much confidence. I mean,
well, we're perching the balls up, aren't we, as well?
Yeah. So yeah,
it's still playable.
I think with this, because I suppose there's a few wedges out there with wide soles and plenty of bounce. But actually, now I've tried it, but I suppose this would be again getting the right technique as well.
Yeah.
So there's no way that you could ever fall back or trying to lift it. An ounce of going backwards.
Yeah.
I suppose as long as you, which is what we'd say, and we've done in our videos, gone to chipping and pitching and that, it's you're moving that forward. You can then suddenly hit some good golf shots with it. But I think it's interesting that they've made a club that can make it like that easy out of bunkers to stand square as well.
Makes complete sense. Everything, the design factors of it, the high toe grooves going all the way up the face because you can catch it slightly heavy. The bounce, I probably worked the bounce out from 16 to 11 and found 14.
It's the one.
14.8 is the right bounce.
Or what you're going to open the face at, but you can see that on it.
Stop people opening the face, innit?
Hit them nice.
Yeah, straight out the middle.
Straight out the middle, that'll do for us. But, you know, as a whole club and a concept, I don't think I liked it too much when I heard it. And then this past week, someone's wanted one. And that caught us in to try them. And actually, after hitting them, I suppose you've got that. Well, you've got the ability to stand square and hit it out. You'd really struggle with a normal wedge. Getting out of bunker stud like that. But with this, it does give you
that
easy. You can hit it behind, and actually out of bunkers. I suppose if you practice with it enough and get the few fundamentals right, you can use it there as well. But you know, cool club from Ping. Not what we sort of expected as well, into like the coaching side of it a lot and improving your game. But if you're struggling to get out of bunkers, give it a try. We've got this one to demo. Come down, give it a go, because it was really quite impressive. Thank you for watching. Let us know what you think below. What do you think to this club? I'm sure it's going to divide people and split some opinions, but yeah, let us know what you think as well. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.